know where to start.
Well, what I would say is to join the Future Cash Flow Club. It's a community of investors where we talk about wholesaling, we talk about creative deal structuring, buying houses subject to, all of the creative stuff that everybody's talking about. You don't need a real estate license or any of that.
Wow, where do I sign up?
Well, I would say go to futurecashflowclub.com. That's futurecashflowclub.com. You can even get a free trial. Try it out today.
Hey Chris, is that you? Damn.
Can you hear me? I don't know. If you don't know who I am by now, I don't know what you've been doing. You been asleep? Let me wake you up with something. Straight up. Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Chris Monroe. R to the O-E. I flip houses, rent cars, and make money. You know I'm not no motherfucking dummy. This how we... What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is the student master teacher, Mr. I Stay Woke, Chris Cashflow Money Monroe, and I'm right back at you with another real estate video. I know some people are mad they lost an hour of sleep last night, but it's time to wake up. Time to get the money. Time to bring it in. Bring in the honey. What's going on, Jim? How are you?
Hello there, Mr. Chris.
Another sunny day in the STL. How's the weather been up in Virginia?
Nice and warm.
Yeah, we don't know if we want to be cold or hot. We go like 80 degrees and like 40 degrees. Then like 80 degrees and 40 degrees. Like, what the heck?
Now we've been staying right around that 70 degrees, 60 degrees.
Really?
Nice 40-degree nights, 50-degree nights sometimes.
On point. Cool. So yeah, it's what regardless of the weather, there's somebody that needs your help with some real estate, right?
That's right.
You've been doing some door knocking and stuff, or what?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I've got a list of about 25 of them here locally that I'm hitting.
Wow. I've come across some repeat offenders.
Oh, lots of those.
I talked to this lady, I don't know, I want to say 5 or 6 months ago, but she's back on the list. I knocked on her door, found her, talked to her. She was like, yeah, we're going to do this, do that. I looked back up, the auction was canceled. So I figured they either got it taken care of or what. Maybe she bought some time, but from what it appears, she back on the list. So now I don't have her number for some reason. I had her number, I thought, but can't find it. So I got to go knock on the door again.
Oh.
So I'm going to have to say, oh, well, I'm going back. I'm going back to see him. What up? Once upon a stream. Good to see you. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and see what this lady's talking about, because looking it up, this property has about, well, I don't know how much equity. I know they only owe like 40,000, and the house worth 200 and something. So even if it need work, I mean, she could sell it for 80,000-90,000 and still be good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because from what I remember of it, it's not even her house. It was her mom's house, and she just been living in it. And I saw she had some pets, because I went and knocked on the door. A dog and a cat greeted me at the door. They didn't bark or anything. I'm like, that's weird. Usually animals make noise. They just looking at me like, what up, man? So I'm like, what up, man? Let's go. And so I knocked on the door. I talked to her, and she said she was going to get it squared away, I guess. So I guess I'm going to have to figure out. So you say you see a lot of
Did you ask her how?
You say what?
Did you ask her how she was going to get it figured out?
I don't even remember what happened with her. I just know I talked to her before. I know I've been to the house, but this was like, it had to be at least 6 months ago or more. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember her. It was a weird thing about our house. I knocked on the door. The pets were there, just looking at me out the screen door. I'm like, dang, where's your mom? but the person that named that it was, like I said, still in her mom's name, where it was at that time. I don't know if she had to do the probate or what's going on, but she told me that she lost her job and told me what was going on, but it wasn't nothing that she wasn't looking to sell. So basically it was like, well, I'll follow up. But I see I'm gonna have to follow up because she's back on the list.
I got a repeat offender that I visited, and this one was it's kind of a similar story. The father passed away. The daughter has been kind of taking care of the property. The daughter's mom is living in the property. She divorced her husband, then moved back in with the guy probably about 2 years before he passed away. And she's still living in the house and wants to continue to live in the house, is their plan. The reason it went to foreclosure was because it was automatically drafting from the original owner that passed away's bank account, and the bank account ran empty.
Oh, so she was just living for free. She wasn't thinking about paying if she ain't have to pay.
And the daughter was trying to manage all the stuff, but she said when she called the bank, they wouldn't talk to her. So I think she finally did get them to talk to her, and so literally the day of the auction, she called and asked the bank to do a loan modification for her. So they postponed the auction, and she's working on a loan modification. But the important thing is I'm still following up with them. I'm still texting them weekly, because
you have to. You really have to keep following up because they're going to forget about it. They're doing life. And it amazes me how many people are in pre-foreclosure, but I'm at work all the time. I'm at work. I'm like, you're working a lot, but your house behind. Can we have 5 minutes to talk about that? Like, is that not important? Have you run into stuff like that?
All the time.
I'm at work. But your house about to be taken. You might want to give this about a little bit of attention, right?
Yep.
You don't have to give it your undivided attention, but you definitely need to give it some attention.
Yep. So in this lady's case, I think she applied for the loan modification. She got it transferred over, so she had power of attorney. So all she had to do was present it to the bank. That's how she was able to talk with them, because her dad signed it over, gave her a document giving her power of attorney and a will and all that kind of stuff. So she had everything she needed. She just needed to send it to the lender. And as soon as the servicer saw it, they were like, okay, yeah, we can talk to you now. Wow. So, but here's the thing. She applied for the loan modification, and it takes about a month for them to get all the paperwork back to them and for the signatures and all that kind of stuff. But she's not following up.
Why are they allowing her to do a loan modification on a deceased person's house? So what are they making that off of? Are they going to just say, well, the family wants to keep it?
Yep.
I mean, they can't be running off her credit. I mean, the person deceased, we can't use his as he's no longer with us. I mean, so you've seen them do that before on a deceased person.
I've not, but that's what they're talking about doing here. Is they gave? I was shocked that the auction was stopped. I was totally shocked. Like literally the day of the auction, they said, "Oh yeah, we'll halt the auction for a loan modification." Okay.
Hey, whatever it takes, right?
So they got $8,000 behind or something like that. And so they're going to put that $8,000. The loan modification is to put the $8,000 on the backside of the loan. So basically what the bank was telling her is that if she's approved, that all she has to do is make March's payment on March 1st and everything will be fine.
So they didn't even put her on a 3-month trial period.
Well, we don't know that yet, because she just got the paperwork filled out and she's supposed to sign all the stuff. She's going to get the offer from the lender, and then she has to sign it and, take it from then. There'll probably be a trial period is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, we're on the 2nd month of a trial period on one of our properties. So once we make next month or April's payment, then they'll go ahead and put those arrears of about $25,000 on the back of the loan as a silent second once we complete next month's payment. So we won't miss next month for sure. So yeah, I also have this other lady. I don't know if you heard the call. I talked to her about maybe 10 days ago, something like that. She was in a trial period and it's supposed to start at last month in February, but she did not make the payment.
Oh.
So I mean, she's kind of between a rock and a hard place on that one, I think. But I don't tell anybody what. I just tell them, hey, this is what you can do to try to work it out. But they put her on a trial payment, and she don't have any money. She said she's exhausted all of her savings, and so I don't know if they're gonna take the house or what. And her payment is too high to take it over subject to. Beautiful house, by the way, nice house, got a swimming pool and everything. But I'm like, I don't want to take over a $2,000 a month payment with a 7% interest rate. They really are good. As a matter of fact, I even told her, I think they gave you like an investor loan. That's the kind of stuff they give for investors, 7% and a $2,000 a month, and the rent in the market is like maybe $1,700. So it's like upside down in every way. But nothing wrong with the house. It's just bad terms. Have you seen
Short
stuff?
sale. Would that be a short sale?
It could be, yeah. I mean, that would be really the only option that makes sense, to be honest. But in her mind, she's thinking that she can stay a little longer and just put it out a little longer. Everybody want to do something they can't do, but she has a place to move. She says she needs some money to move, and she sell the house. But I'm like, it don't have to be a short sale. I don't know how much you're gonna get. Maybe $3,000, something like that. But don't be thinking you get no big checks. You've been living in this house for free for a long time. So the buck stops here. That's part of the game. You can't let us just let it float like that forever. People want to live for free 7 days a week, even in your sleep. Big Justin in the building driving. Don't be on the phone, though, Justin. Just drive. Don't be on the phone. I'm turning them in to St. Louis.
They put it on self-driving. Keep on talking.
Yeah, we need those smart cars to do that. That makes a difference, doesn't it? Just push the button and go to sleep. I want to have a day where it can be like, take me out of town, push a button, go to sleep, and you out of town, like 4-hour drive or something like that.
You can do that.
Where?
Well, the Tesla will almost do that.
Can you be asleep though?
No. Well, let's put it this way. You probably want to supervise it. You can do it on the highway, and there's tricks that you can put on the car to trick out the software so that it doesn't think it thinks you're paying attention.
Wow. Because you might be fully asleep if you do that. You might take the real dirt nap. Don't want to go to sleep.
But Waymo does that. You can't own them yet, but Waymo does that. The taxis.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of them when I was in Atlanta. I saw the Tesla truck, the Waymo. They were all driving around by themselves. Do they have that up in your market in Virginia?
Coming to Richmond, I think, but no.
Matter of fact, I saw a Waymo car driving around here, but it was a person in it. It had all the same, stuff all around it, sensors and stuff all around the outside of it, looking ugly. But it was a person in the driver's seat. I'm like, what you doing? You in the way. So yeah, that's part of the game. So yeah, you sent this call you wanted me to review of a call with the real estate agent, right?
Yeah. If you wanted to play it and tell me what your thoughts are on it. I don't typically call out of real estate agents. The only real estate agents I talk to are the ones that are at my local group on Friday breakfast. But this particular house is in foreclosure. Came up on my list, and I was going to knock it, but that's usually what I do. Is even when they're up for auction and they're with a realtor, I usually just go knock the door.
Yeah.
And my thinking behind that is that I don't look up to see whether they're listed or not on the MLS.
Right.
I drive to the house and I knock on the door. And then if I get there and there's a sign in the yard, I usually just walk by the sign and still knock on the door, because at my position when I'm first knocking on the door is that I'm just there to help them navigate and give them options.
Right.
So that has nothing to do with the real estate agent.
And so for this particular call, what was the motivation for you to decide to say, hey, I'm going to call this agent, which is something I don't normally do?
In the listing notes, I did look at the listing notes, and the listing notes said that it has renters in it already.
Oh.
I was like, I can't door knock them.
So they took away one of your tools in your tool belt.
Just as I'm talking to you about it right now, though, what I normally do is go look up the tax records to see where the tax things are mailed to, and then I go knock that door. So I guess I could have done that, but it's close to the date. So I was just like, I'll call the agent this time and just see what happens.
So how long has it been on the market for?
30 days, and it's 12 days away from the auction.
Really? And so let me see what we got.
11 days now.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. Let's see here. That was
I called the agent and didn't get an answer, didn't get an answer, didn't get an answer. I wound up calling the agent and then the alternate agent that's listed as the listing agent. It's a husband and wife team.
Mm-hmm.
The husband didn't answer the phone. I called him 3 times. I left him a voicemail. I sent him a text. I didn't hear back from him in 5 minutes, so I called his wife. And
they even got interior pictures and everything on here. Do you want me to share the house and stuff
yeah,
too?
oh yeah, you can go ahead.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
I don't have it in the contract, but I'm not doing anything with it.
Say not yet. We're gonna find something to do with it. Let's see here. Let's share this screen instead. And see what we got. A little snow house. Oh, look at that little cute little house. So is that a
It's only 900 square feet.
They got you 2 lawn cutters. It ain't that much snow on the ground now though. This is back when they listed it, huh?
Yeah.
30 days ago, you were full of snow. So just looking at it, looks like they have quite a bit of stuff. So the tenants are aware that this property's in pre-foreclosure.
Yes, that's what I discovered on my call.
Yeah. Okay. They've been taking out the trash a little bit. Just a
little bit. Not quite out.
But I mean, as far as condition, the house does not look in bad condition. You know, most houses I see need a good cleanup. You know, a good old elbow clean to make all the difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
So wait a minute, let me go back. What was this picture here? What's the purpose of this being over the door like that? Or is it just something they're doing?
Oh, there's a window there.
Oh, okay. They just want to cover it. Okay, that's a shift blind. I ain't gonna ask you what this is in this bottle right here. It looked like a bottle, but I know it ain't.
All I have for pictures is what you got there. I have not been there yet.
Well, we do and I guess they don't have a basement, I guess it sounds like, huh?
I'm guessing not. Sometimes they do in that area, but this one I don't think has basement.
They got the washer and dryer right there. Okay, cool. Kitchen is okay. So yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. Like I said, just need a good cleanup. Now here we go. That must be the son's room. They got sneakers. Well, I don't know. They got every color croc and shoe. But as far as the house, I don't see any damage, like any water spots or anything like that. These fixtures could be updated a little bit just to make it a little more modern, but completely livable house.
It's got carpet. Nobody likes carpet around here anymore.
Carpet on the floor in the master bedroom, queen size sleigh bed with a leather headboard, leather wood trim. Yeah, they got quite a bit of stuff. Are they planning on moving, or I guess I'll just listen to the call and see what happens before I ask all those questions. So just getting an idea of what the house looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, little stuff like that. Why isn't that bottle of water thrown away, or that empty bottle almost? It's like a little bit of water in there. They could throw that away pretty easily, but you know, they have a thing about taking out trash here, but you know, like it should be as far as that's concerned. Back to the kitchen. Is that the same pictures again? Oh wow, they got a nice flat screen TV on top of a desk. I don't see any damage in here either. What is
I do
this?
see something there that's interesting.
What do you see?
In that hallway up in the ceiling, that's a whole house fan.
Oh, the exhaust, right?
Yeah, we don't do that anymore. We put central air units in now, but that's
You mean like that where you hit the button and it opens up and suck air out, right?
Yeah, it's got movers in it.
Yeah, we got a lot of those around here. My house has one. Everybody got one. I don't know.
But it's interesting because usually when it looks like the house has been remodeled.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when they remodel a house, they take that out because that's something that we did in the 70s around here, but we don't do it anymore.
Oh, really?
No, they usually come out when you remodel. So it's just caught my eye just this time that it's still there.
So I assume this is a 3-bedroom because this looks like, no, this might be the living room. We got hardwood floors in the living room. They use a lot of makeshift window coverings.
Mm-hmm. And see, this is the interesting thing, Chris, about this is, and it comes up in the call, is it's listed as a 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
But when I go to the county GIS, it's a 2-1.
It probably is a 2-1.
So that's a big difference. That's a huge difference on the price.
Yeah.
Well, a 3-1 is.
I always err on the side of it's the smaller one.
So here's the two things that concern me about this. A 3-1 is sellable in this market. A 3-2 is obviously preferred. Nobody wants 1 bathroom in a house anymore.
Right.
But we can still sell a 3-1. but a 2-1 is pretty small. Like that's not normal.
So people don't want them?
It's a little harder to get rid of. You can get rid of them, but it's definitely harder to get rid of. The
You know?
other thing is that it's in the county, so it's got a septic system.
Mm.
So now the question becomes, is it a 2-1 septic or is it a 3-1 septic?
And so people are afraid of septics as well?
Yeah, because if I'm buying a 3-1 house that has a 2-1 septic, now I got a problem with the county. That's going to come up during the inspections and all that kind of stuff when I try to sell. So if I'm just renting it, it's not a big deal. But if I'm ever going to resell it, that could become an issue.
And we don't want no issues when we're trying to exit on a deal, right?
Right. And the other thing that come up in our area, and I don't know how it is out there with you guys, but we have to do septic inspections now to sell a house. Yes. And what's interesting is that most times that septic inspection on a 1970s house is going to turn up that it needs replaced. Something needs replaced. Drain field, tank, something's going to need replaced.
And what does that usually run?
So there's a bunch of guys in our group that flip houses like 50 some a year. And they said that they just pretty much write in a line item for 10 grand to work on septics on everything they buy now.
Yeah, they're afraid.
It's not required by law, or I'm not sure it's not required by the lenders. It's not required by law, but it is something that comes up when it's sold with an agent. It's usually part of the inspections.
So
it's like everybody does it. And so it's a big thing for the buyers, because since everybody does it on the buyer side, you can just count on the fact that the real estate agent is going to tell them you're going to want to get a septic inspection. So
yeah, that's one of those things when you're living out off the beaten path, you're not on the sewer main. And what we run into a lot here is just that sewer lateral from the house out to the main. They always want to run that camera down there and make sure there's no cracks in the old iron piping or whatever's under there. And that's cost people money before and made me lose money on a deal dealing with some stuff like that before. So I didn't buy the house due to that. But I had to pay for the inspection. So money out of pocket. Let's see, they got plenty of liquor here. I mean, if we sell all that liquor, that'll catch this loan up now. Let's see what we got here. So yeah, I don't see anything too bad about the condition of the house. Let me look at the outside again. Look like yeah, it's an interesting house.
Hard to tell. It's hard to tell on the outside because there's a few things that are hard to tell, I think. Number one, I don't know if it has central air conditioning. I see what looks like it might be a unit there, an old unit. Nope. Over a little bit further. Maybe that's it. I'm not sure.
No, I don't know. It'll be bigger than that, right? I think they would have took a picture of that. Let me go back. I don't think there was a picture of a.
There's no pictures of that. That's why I was pointing out the whole house.
They don't have central. Well, I don't know. They don't have any window units, but I guess it's cold outside, so
too cold out for that. So that's why it's hard to tell. I can't tell the condition of the roof because of all the snow on it.
Where's the vents? I don't see any vents on any. I see that intake right there.
On the floor, I saw them in some of the other rooms.
So this is and they don't have basements, right?
Yeah, actually, because it's on the floor, that would suggest that it has a basement or at least a crawl space.
Yeah, I don't know.
Usually a basement.
I see 0 vents, and if they had some, they'd be covered up. I don't see any.
Yeah, keep going. I thought I saw them in the living room or somewhere. Maybe it was a different house I'm looking at.
You're looking at too many houses, Jim.
Yeah, I've been looking at a bunch of them. They all kind of look the same. Everybody's doing the gray and.
So that's my thing too. I don't even want to see the house. I want to see what you got going on generally. Okay. So let's take a listen to the call and see what we can come up with. Let's see. Share this tab instead. Can I do this without that?
You can skip ahead to like 2 minutes in or a minute in or something. I'm trying to do that. Well, it don't matter. I'll just put it up. Share this tab instead. I was trying something new, but it ain't working. So here we go. So you say skip 2 minutes in? About a minute in, I think.
Can you hear it?
People looking at don't at this time have an offer. It's a what? I'm not sure I understand your question.
Can you hear it?
Is it? I noticed that you lowered the price.
I'm going to the beginning, Jim. No, I want to hear it all. Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I want some skip ahead. We want to hear it. I want to hear your opening. I want to hear your closing. I want to hear your questions.
You have reached Glenn Michael with Jim Realty Group.
Oh, they don't like to answer the phone. You had to call them multiple times, I see.
It just jumps right in on one of them, though.
If you didn't call twice, you didn't call once.
You have reached.
It's going to go right after this, Chris.
And I see it's been listed for 30 days, but nothing's been any offers on it yet or any
50 seconds in. There we go.
You have reached Glenn Michael.
Almost.
No, just let it
I
go.
was looking at that property and wondering, had a few questions on it. I was wondering, I see it's been listed for 30 days, but nothing's been moving on it yet. Have you had any offers on it yet or any solid offers or anything like that?
We did have an offer, but the seller declined it yesterday or the day before.
So, okay, the opening. I see you had a listing. It's been up for 30 days. Have you had any offers on it? How do you feel about that opening, Jim?
I probably should have established a little bit of rapport with her first.
Not necessarily rapport. I mean, I don't think it's terrible, but I always more so like to position, hey, I see your listing on blank, blank lane. Is that property still available? Yes. Well, we're looking to buy. What's going on with it? I mean, have you been getting a lot of offers on it or something? We're looking to buy something credible that you're a buyer. Establish that so they know who they're talking to, and then let them start trying to sell you the property. But she said something interesting in a call here. The seller declined the offer. Wait a minute. We're in pre-foreclosure. We got tenants in there, and then the seller declined an offer. What the heck? How are they going to decline an offer unless it's below what they owe on it? Is that what it was, I guess? Yep, makes sense.
The other thing, Chris, is I think that was just the line she was feeding me, to be honest with you, because she said that they presented or they pulled out on an offer a day or two or something like that ago.
Oh.
And I was like, you don't know when they did it? Like, was it yesterday or the day before? Like, I just feel like that would be something a real estate agent would know. I don't.
I assume they know nothing. I just asked my question. So opening, hey, yes, I see your listing's been up for X number of days. Is that property still available? Yes, available. Great. We're looking to buy 2 or 3 houses here in the coming months. What's going on with this one? It looks like it's been listed for a while. I mean, have you had some offers on it or what? And then let her go and do her thing. So, yeah, but I always like to establish that I'm looking to buy and not just pick their brain. Because when I hear somebody call me like that, I think wholesaler. And that's just me, though. I don't know. Maybe I know too much about real estate. If you come in like, oh, yeah, why are you selling? Damn, can I get like a little bit of a rapport? Or, I mean, they came in way too hot. You know what I mean? We want to ease in just right. You know what I mean? If you come in too hot, you sound like a wholesaler or like a vulture. Like, I'm ready to, So let's see what else we got.
We want, people looking, but we don't at this time have an offer.
Okay. And what's some of the things that are coming up?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
Is it, I noticed that you lowered the price. So is it price is there anything about the property that's that would push people away?
Is there anything about the price that would push people away? Good question, but I would frame this more open. It's okay to be direct with that price question, but I like to be more open and allow them to dump it on me. I mean, what's been the biggest challenges so far that you've come across trying to sell this property? Because, I mean, we're looking to buy. I mean, what's been stopping you from getting it sold? And let them tell me it's the price. Even if I see the price been dropped, even if I see, need a roof, even all the stuff I see, I want to open it up and allow them to tell me what's the issue in their mind so I can know how to deal with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That
it could be price. You could be correct, but I don't want to assume stuff. I want to allow them to tell me their problems and what I can do to help them. And that goes for agents, sellers, wholesalers, whoever. I mean, it seems like you've been trying to sell it for a while. I mean, what's been stopping it from getting sold? What do you think's going on there? And now they just tell you, oh, yeah, the price has not been good. Or, oh, yeah, it needs too much work. Or, we can't get in contact with the seller to coordinate a showing. Whatever their issue is, I like them to put that on me versus me telling them what their issue is. Kind of like leading the witness. When I always talk about don't lead the witness, open question and let them answer. Now, if they don't bring it to you somewhere in that conversation, we have to get direct and say, hey, I mean, is it the price? And they're like, you've been dropping the price a little bit every time I look at it. I mean, is that what the issue is? If they're not telling you. But at first, I want to give them an opportunity to tell me what they're thinking. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, let's see what else we got.
I don't think so. I mean, you know, I'm not personally. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I don't think so. When the last client, the last offer that they put in, the client was approved for a USDA type of loan, and they could only offer X amount, which was not accepted by the seller. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
So she says it's an issue with the loan. The lender did something. They only put in a price amount for this thing. So she did answer your question that price, yes, was the issue. But, you know, another question that I like to drop on these agents, do you think this is a good property for an investor like myself to buy? I try to set it up for them to sell me on the house versus me trying to buy it. I try to put these questions on people to make them want to come closer to me without me trying to chase them. I don't want to chase a seller. I don't want to chase an agent. I want to plant the right question to make them say, hey, yeah, this is the guy I've been looking for. Or no, it ain't going to work for you because you want it for $2 or whatever they're going to think. They're going to think what they're going to think, but we can't control their thoughts, but we can control how we navigate these calls. So yeah, do you think this property would be good for an investment property? Oh yeah, it's rented out right now. You see, that's where that would come in at on her end. It's already rented. It'd be perfect for you to rent it. Great. What's it rented for? And then we go down that line of questioning and we can still get back to the situation as far as the auction.
And the other thing I noticed is it a 2-bedroom or 3? Because I noticed everything I see is it's a 2-bedroom, but it's listed as a 3-bedroom.
She don't know.
Are you an agent? Are you working with an agent or?
No.
See, if we opened it up earlier, they would have been asking that question. Are you an agent? Are you working with an agent? They trying to say, well, who are you? You ask me a lot of questions. I like to get a good position first before we get too deep because you see, she stopped right there. Hey, I mean, you working with an agent? Are you an agent? Who are you? Somebody said,
I had a question about that portion of the call right there. And I got thrown off right there and it threw her off. And because I threw her off, it threw me off completely. And the reason why is because what came across my mind is that I was wondering if agents are responsible for listing properly. And if it was listed as a 2-1 or listed as a 3-1 and it's really only a 2-1, if that's why she like paused and then didn't want to really answer the question. You know? Yeah. And as soon as I realized I asked it that way, I was like, oh, shoot. Like I put her into a situation she didn't really have an exit to.
So that's the way to clean that up is never answer the question with your question. Just ask the question. So how many bedrooms is it at this house? Oh, it's 3. Oh, okay. Because I just was looking over here and it said something about 2 and this other place said 3. And I was just getting confused. Now you can expose what you know, but I don't like to tell them what I know before asking the question and allowing them to answer first. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that really threw me off when she didn't respond because then I was like, oh man, I asked that one way the wrong way.
Yeah. Just how many bedrooms is it at this house? Well, I'm trying to pull it up here now. How many bedrooms is it? They'll say 3. They'll say 2. Okay, because oh wow, this site says 2 and you said 3. Oh wow, I don't know, maybe which one. So you saw that it's 3 bedrooms there, correct? I'll reiterate to make sure she said yes, she saw 3. You see what I'm saying? I want to make sure. I'll ask it, and if they don't answer it properly, I'll ask it again in a way to make sure I get the correct answer. So hope that helps. Let's see what else she got.
Yep.
No, I'm not. I'm just a private party buyer.
Oh, okay. And are you local to the area? Like you went to go see it?
So I'm going to stop right there too. So there was nothing wrong with it, but I want to make sure this is a habit that we develop on a regular basis. We answer a question and we come back with a question. See, when you stop like that and say, oh, I'm just a local buyer, and you stop, open the door for her and say, oh, I mean, are you in the area? You live over here? How you know about this? You know, now she's getting curious about you.
She flipped the script on me.
Huh? Yeah,
she flipped the script on me.
For sure, because he who asks the questions is in control of the conversation. So we want to try to get her So I just would have did it a little bit differently, you know, and I'm not saying it's bad or horrible, but these are just things we have to develop as a muscle. It's like training your muscles for the hustle. We answer a question and we come right back with the question. So yeah, she asked me, are you an agent? Or is, oh, I'm a local buyer. We buy, you know, houses in the area. I mean, do you work with investors or something like that? Or you normally only work with, you know, homeowners, you know, or just do you work with investors? That would be even shorter. I like short and simple as possible because that just makes them have to come up and think of an answer for me. Only thing I'm thinking of is what should I be asking this lady? Am I listening to what they're saying? And am I asking the right questions at the right time with the right inflection? If you really got to get into closing. But that's not really what this call is. This is more just we're in a fact-finding mode. And that's why she's trying to figure out, who are you? You know a lot, sir. And I don't want her to know that I know a lot. I want her to think I'm just like everybody else. I know just enough to be dangerous.
So again, going back to the way you suggested open a call is just being an investor that's buying houses in the area. Because
open a call. I'm looking at your listing at 123 Main Street. Is that house still available? Yeah. Yes, it's still available. Great. We're looking to buy 2 to 3 houses here in the coming months. I mean, what's going on with this house? Looks like it's been listed for a while, or whatever question you add right there. And let her just tell it. You know, I like to keep it open and simple without telling them everything that I know. Make sense?
Yep.
All right.
I am. I saw in the ad that it was currently rented.
It is. It is tenant occupied. So
Okay.
is this something that you would look to be purchasing for your own personal like use, or?
I would probably put a renter in it, is what I'm thinking, or something like that.
So
But that's what I was questioning, and you know, is looking at this is, what do I got to do? You know, what's the lease agreement with the current people? Where do they feel about, you know, are they aware that the property's up for sale?
So yes, the current tenant is aware that the property is up for sale, and they actually are on a month to month that they're willing to stay.
Okay.
So
I bet they are willing to stay. Who want to move out of a house? This work and all the stuff they got. We just looked at. Hell no, I'm staying. So yeah, I mean, I like the little back and forth here, but yeah. So I'm a buyer. We usually rent them out. I mean, what's the deal with those tenants? Are they planning on staying? What are they paying per month? We might just keep them if we bought this. I would weave my question into there to put her on back on the right track. Because if the tenant's going to stay, I need to know what they're paying. They paying $500 a month. What we gonna say? If they're gonna be paying $2,500 a month, what we gonna say?
Ching ching.
So there we go. We got to see about what's going on with that and roll that like that. So it's more so like I said, it's just a muscle. We develop it and just ask the questions short, sweet, and to the point, and allow them to answer.
it would be ideal for an investor type of client because it already has a tenant in there, and the tenant wants to stay. So
she even said it herself. It would be ideal for an investor. See, if we had started our call with that, she would be already selling you by now. You see what I'm saying? Hey, I'm a buyer in the area. We're looking for investment properties. Is this one still available? Yeah, it's still available. Great. I mean, we're looking to rent it out. You think this would be something good for an investment property? And it's just a generic question I ask real estate agents anyway, because I want to see what they think about it. And that would have opened her up like, oh, wow, you're the guy I've been looking for, Jim. And now she all your friend without kind of being so defensive. Like, who are you? Are you an agent? You're doing this? You're doing that? We don't want to have them thinking too hard. So that's what we got there. I like that it came to that point eventually, but you see how it could have came way sooner. And she'd have been on your team from the first 3 lines, all because you the guy she's been looking for.
Do you know how long they've been there?
I think 2 years.
Okay.
We'd have to look at the documents that we have, but I think 2 years.
Gotcha. And they're interested in staying. Do you have any idea what they're paying currently for rent?
No, I don't, but I can definitely find out for you.
Okay, because that would be a big thing. Because
And why wouldn't she sit up there and have it already ready for you, Jim? Talking about I got a property with tenants, and I don't even know what they paying for rent.
And she's advertising as an investor property.
she need to know that. It might not have to be on the listing, but she need to at least be able to articulate, hey, they're paying $1,200 a month. They're paying $2,200 a month. They're paying $4,250 a month, like a house I just did recently, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. But yeah, it's no reason for her not to know that. That's a flag on the play from my perspective. So, this is people. This is who we're dealing with.
They may want to stay, but if they're only paying $1 a night or $1 a month for rent, then that might not work.
Yeah, no, not that low, but no, I think that's find out for you, and yeah, I'll definitely find out more specific details about that, and we can let you know.
Okay. Has it had any kind of a septic inspection done?
I don't know on that. I don't think, not that I'm aware of. Like, we haven't ordered it or anything. But I can definitely ask. But
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, that's typically something that's done after you go out of my contract. You would do those things. You can put a contingency or whatever for that.
Right. I guess the thing I'm concerned about right now is just that there's not a lot of time, because in 12 days, I think it's set to be auctioned off. And so that's why I was kind of hoping the septic inspection, some of these things were in place, just because that all delays the process.
Yeah, but if it's under contract, I think that would be a problem. We could definitely figure it out for sure.
Do you think?
So did she have that in the listing that it was going to auction?
She did not.
So this is what I would do in this same situation. Oh, wow. I just Googled this property. Looks like there's an auction coming up. What's going on with that? And make her explain it. Versus, I know it's going to auction in 12 days and 3 hours and 6 minutes. No, I don't want to tell them what I know. I want to ask them the question. Oh, man, I just looked it up. Look like this thing got an auction date or something. What's going on with that? And let her say, oh, yeah, if we put it under contract, we can stop the auction or whatever she's saying there, which is fine, But, does she usually work these pre-foreclosures or what? I really want to know more about her really kind of now. I'm getting more curious about, what are you doing? How'd you get this lead? Do you work pre-foreclosures all the time? Because this is what we actually specialize in. And you may need to be on our team. We can make plenty of money together. I want her bringing me leads without me having to go call nobody. She on the team and don't even know it yet. That's the position I would prefer to try to put her in. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Do you think that the lender would suspend the auction if it was under contract?
Yes.
And
Typically, yes.
have you talked with them about that? Has anyone talked with the lender to find out what their position is on that?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we can't give you.
I do like the questions you're asking, Jim. You cooking now. I see you hitting it with the, hey, well, have you talked to the lender? Have you did this? Have you do that? But the way she answered that, yes, short answer, but she sounded confident like she deals in this. You see, that's why I came back to what I said in the previous pause. I would be trying to figure, do you normally work these types of deals or what? Just kind of filling out her more so, like she was filling you out to see what you're doing. What are you doing? I mean, sound like you've done this before. You sound pretty experienced in stopping auctions for people with situations like this. But it sounds like she's finna give you some kind of I can't get too much in the detail type answer. Let's see what she said. I can feel it coming on.
We can't give you all the details because obviously that's some financial details that we can't disclose. But
sure.
But yes, that's why it's listed. And if we were to get a contract, that would definitely mitigate that auction.
Mm-hmm. And what happens? And at what point do you draw the line? I mean, what happens if it doesn't sell? Like, do you just let it go to the auction?
Yeah, if we don't get a valid contract, yes.
Okay. So perfect. Wow. Okay. Because
so this
I'm shocked by that answer.
Yeah, but you're dealing with the agent. They don't care. I mean, I don't want to say they don't care, but in real life, they don't care. They care less than the seller do. The seller may care more than her, but we don't know that. So this is why I like to plant the seed or ask those questions that I was talking about earlier. What are you going to do? I mean, she says, oh, I'm just going to let it go to auction. Wow. We're not just going to let this go to auction. So I want to know, why is it not selling? This come back to that question I asked earlier. What has been the challenge in getting this property sold? Question for her, just straight like that. What do you think is stopping this house from being sold? And allow her to answer, because I want her to tell me. I want her to sell me this house versus me trying to buy the house.
Yeah, I definitely want to look at it. The timing is what concerns me the most, just because there's only that 12 days left, and I need to have time to, do my due diligence and stuff like that.
Of course, absolutely. Let us get you the numbers that you asked for, so you know that part before before scheduling something, and then if that makes sense to you. I mean, we can also find out if there's already been a septic inspection and stuff like that. And once we get all that to you, then you'll be able to make a more informed decision. And then we'd be happy to figure out next steps for you.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah. The price is. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Can I get your name and number? Or your name and your email address?
Yep. My name is Jim. And my last name is Prang, PR0.
What is a good email address for you? And then we'll get it over to you. And then if there's anything that you need further from us, then we'll definitely coordinate that for you.
Right. Okay. And is there any wiggle room on the price?
I would say very little.
Okay. Ouch.
All right. I like that question, Jim. Is there any wiggle room on the price? But I would follow up with that. Would the seller sell it for what they owe on it? Or do you think they would sell it for what they owe on it? Do you think, even though I don't know what she's going to say to that, I don't even care what she say to that. I'm just trying to keep that conversation going and plant the seed that, hey,
where I was at with that when I got to that point is that it's off the table right now as a cash offer. At 150, it's just not going to make sense in our market. So that's why I was asking. As soon as she answered no, there's no wiggle room, then that's when I realized that they owe more on it than what a cash offer is going to allow.
For sure.
So then I started to pivot to a different direction, and that's what I'm coming up on now.
Okay.
Very little.
Ouch,
yeah.
Ouch, ouch.
Very little.
Maybe a little bit, but yeah, it's going to be tight. Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
I could explore some different options for them if they would be open. I'd be willing to pay. I might be willing to pay a little bit more if I could make their mortgage payment for them. If that was something that they'd be open to.
Okay.
So, I mean, I like that you pitched it, but I would have probably planted a third-party story right there. That was the perfect time to plant third-party story. Yep. What we did in the past in situations like this, when sellers owe more than what they can really get for it on the open market, sometimes we're able to structure a deal where we can just simply take over their payments. Have you looked into options like that before? No, I ain't never looked into that. What you mean take over payments or whatever she's going to say? I don't know. And let her answer. So here's what we would do, answer that third-party story. And then I would try to set up a way to get her and the seller on a call. I don't know if you did that yet or not, but I would definitely, the way she's dodging, like, oh, it's personal information, Yeah, we may be able to help you guys out. I mean, just depending on some things. Is there a way that we can do either a three-way call or something like that with you, your seller, and I, so we can figure out a way to get this resolved? Because we don't want this to go to auction, and I'm sure they don't want this to. So we definitely, especially when you're dealing with agents, once we've built rapport, once we've determined that, yes, this makes sense, kind of, sort of, how can we get on a three-way call, a three-way Zoom, something, so we can iron out the details and see what we can do to help you guys out? Because I think we may have a solution for you. And make her tell me no. She got to tell me no.
Let's hold on that. Let us get you the information first, and then we'll kind of go from there and see what we can do. Because like you said, time is of the essence. So we'll make sure we get that information over to you, and then from there we'll see where we want to go with that.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay,
I will send it to you, and we'll be in touch.
All right, thank you, Jim.
All righty, bye-bye.
Oh, she remembered your name, Jim. How you feel about that?
That was good. So I followed the call up with a text message right away, thanking her for her time, and that we, just highlighting what we talked and highlighting, the response that I was waiting for on email and gave her my email address. The rest of the story is, so this morning, that was midday yesterday that the call happened. I was expecting to hear from her, but I didn't. I was expecting to get an email from her and I didn't.
Right. Because you know why you didn't get any response?
Because she didn't see me as a credible buyer, probably.
No, I don't even think it's that. What's in it for her? Whenever we're talking to somebody, you're either selling or you're being sold. You either doing some selling or they're trying to sell you something at all times, generally speaking. We didn't sell her anything. Hey, we're going to, like my guy said, Mr. Transaction Engineer, he needs to mention paying her commission if the numbers work, or, you know, something about what's in it for her. Yes. And how do we help her client? Yes. We have to do both. We have to, hey, that's what I was talking about before about the third party story. What we've done in the past when we bought these houses and taken over payments, we'd structure something where we would pay, you know, the real estate agent's commission, make sure you get paid, make sure you get paid because you did hard work. And we try to help the seller out and get them what they need so we can get the property sold and avoid the foreclosure. Now, what about that won't work for you? But that's why she didn't want to talk to you. It's not about you being a credible buyer. She's probably given up on this deal, to be honest with you, from her demeanor, from what I heard. What do you think, Justin? Did you get to hear all that call? If you're still there, Justin? No, he probably off. He's just listening. So yeah, I think that the biggest thing is, you know, we have to make sure we tell them or make them feel like they're included in this. What we've done in the past, bought the house, take over payments. We've even made sure that the agent gets paid something for their commission because they've already been working to sell the property. And if it goes to auction, you don't get anything either, right? And they're like, yeah, we don't want that. We want to make something. If you get $2,000, you better be happy coming out of this dumb deal. But, you know, that's all negotiable. So, yeah, that's what it is. Mention paying her commissions like Mr. Transaction Engineer said. Salute, my bro. So how do you think you did on that call overall, though, Jim, on a 1 to 10?
I would give it a 5.
A 5? Wow, you beat yourself up pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's probably a 5 or 6, maybe. What do y'all think in the chat? They say Miss Mo Energy. Detroit in the building. What up, though? Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. What they doing at Fresh and Fish Show? Hey, y'all. So, yeah, they how would you grade this? You say a 5? I think you did a 5 or a 6, maybe. And like she said, the fortunes are in the follow-up for sure. Follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. But my thing with her, we definitely have to plant the seed of paying her commission. We definitely need to say, yes, we have solutions to your problem. We can help you in this. We do this. At some point, I would disclose that, hey, this is my specialty. After I've gotten all the information I can get out of her, this is what I do. We solve these problems. We stop auctions for people. We buy the house. We make sure that things can help them out.
And that's what my text messages were around today. She didn't call me today. She said she was out traveling.
Yeah, they ain't worried about this house. They ain't thinking about that. To be honest,
I sent her some text messages and saying basically what I've done.
Yep. You gotta recruit her to be on your team, though. But yeah, they say nice job, Jim. Nice job, because most people won't even make the call. How much did that cost you to make that call, by the way, Jim?
Nothing at all. But
come on with it. Now, people can't. This is $0. It's on the market. It's in pre-foreclosure. Simply make the call. What's the worst thing that can happen? You learn a little bit. You figure out some better questioning, some better positioning, some better closes, some better word drifts and riffs. You'll be in there. You know,
and that's exactly why I did what I did. I made the call, and I normally would not have called this. I would have either knocked it or just said, nope, too close to the auction. It's with an agent. I don't want to deal with it. That's what I normally would have done. But I did it primarily for the learning experience. And, you know, I'm uncomfortable on the phone. You could probably hear that, you know, talking with the agent. I do much better talking with the seller in person. But I was like, I just got to do it. Just pick up the phone and make the call. And honestly, when she picked up the call, I didn't expect it. I thought I was going to her voicemail because the first time it did. And then I called her 3 times back to back. First time went to voicemail. So I called her husband 3 times. And then I texted, left a voicemail. And then I called her. And on the 3rd time she picked up. And actually, why you heard in the recording that break right in was because I wasn't recording and I wasn't expecting to record anymore. And then when she picked up, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to somebody, and I reached over and hit record.
You like, think, hurry up, record. I didn't know there was gonna never answer.
Because I wanted to listen to myself after the call to critique myself. And then, you know, I've given it to a couple people to critique, and I was like, yeah, I got to get this to Chris because I want to hear his, because that's the only way you learn, right? And I figured if I'm going to make the call and I'm going to do it, I might as well learn from it.
But think about how many other listings on the market that may not even be in foreclosure, 60, 90, 120 days, and they need to sell for whatever reason. They may be in pre-foreclosure, just not without an auction day yet. And they know they need to sell it. It's a lot of people that say, oh, no, I know I can't afford it. Go ahead and throw it on the market while we got time. So you might catch a pre-foreclosure before the foreclosure, or before everybody else even sees that it's on Zillow, it's on the websites, it's on the MLS. You can get these properties right then and there direct to the agent. You might have to pay a little fee for them, but that's negotiable. I ain't even worried about that. All of that is good.
And I would rather get them that way, to be honest, because, you know, by the time they come around to me, they're usually 6, 8, 9 months behind. And, you know, to a lot of them in our area, I'm finding are usually bought 2 or 3 years ago. So they're usually upside down. So it's difficult to make something work. But if I could find them earlier, then I could do like what you're doing, where you literally just start making their payments for them. They're not behind, or they're behind 1 month or something like that, and just make their payment for them and take it from there.
1 or 2 months, I can handle that. I don't want. So I got a lady that I'm working right now, 17 payments behind, Jim.
Woo.
She ain't made one payment since she lived there. Can you
So
believe
what do you
it?
do with that one? That's upside down for sure. Way upside down.
Yeah, it's upside down, but guess what, Jim? We already stopped the auction. Come on, man. It's the thing came in yesterday on a Saturday. Said, oh, this auction's been removed. So I was surprised to see that the auction's been postponed on that particular property, and we're gonna do something with it. I'm gonna actually, so I got it under contract. I'm getting the key to it tomorrow. I already been in the property once, but she had to go get another key or something. So she said she's gonna leave it in the mailbox tomorrow, and I'll go pick it up. I'm gonna go by there and see what we can do as far as putting a tenant buyer in, or once I start marketing and see what kind of interest I get as far as somebody moving in there, I'll at the simultaneous time I stop the auction, and then I want to go back to them and see what we can do to get those arrears put on the back of the loan. And there's something funny about this particular deal. So this came up in pre-foreclosure, and I called her the day it hit the website or whatever, right? No answer. Hit her again the next day. Got an answer. She said, oh, yeah, I'll get back to you. Yeah. I need to sell it. And I'm like, dang, does she need to sell it? I don't want to sell it. What's going on? This is weird. Then, lo and behold, she disappeared for a week. And I'm still following up. I already door knocked her. I put a sticky on her door. And then last Saturday, not this week, last Saturday, she popped up out of nowhere and said, hey, yeah, you still want to buy the house, right? I said, yeah. She said, I'm here now. I said, all right, I'll be there in a minute. I was glad I was in the area. So whipped around there 10 minutes away, pulled up, got to walk through the house. I mean, it looks like a handyman special in my opinion. I wouldn't say anything's too great about it per se, but it's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath somebody can live in. I mean, it's not anything special about the house. It's no basement, just like that one. And it's in Florissant. So people like to be in that area. And I think we can do something with this deal.
So what kind of expectations do you set when you put a property like that under contract? Because you're going to market it, but if you can't find a tenant buyer, it's probably not going to be a good deal, right? Because it's near upside down, or so what do you do in that case? Do you ever have to just say it's not going to work? And
well, we can make pretty much anything work as long as we stop that auction, to be honest. Because somebody will move in that house. The payment's only like $900 a month. So somebody could pay, $1,500, $1,600, or I could clean it all up, furnish it, and get more than that out of it. But I don't think I want to do all that. I would just put it out on a lease, purchase, rent to own type transaction. Start marketing it, start showing it, open houses, things like that. Throw it on Zillow, throw it on my website. Throw it on, all the marketing. Put the signs in the yard. People in the neighborhood driving by. Hey, what's over there? I want to be in this area. Get that phone ringing. Start showing it and get some interest. So I'm thinking with the 17 payments in arrears, so she would probably owe $21,000 in arrears, something like that. I can get those put on the back of the loan because that's at the same bank that my other one that I was just telling you about earlier is on that we're on a second trial payment, which is U.S. Bank. So U.S. Bank, I don't know if I told you before, but whenever you're dealing with U.S. Bank, on your authorization letter, I always put a 4-digit PIN on there if you're a third party or they won't talk to you. But that's even sillier with this particular deal. So I call the bank, right? I call them on Friday, I think, Thursday, Friday, something like that. Just say, hey, yeah, just making sure you all received the paperwork, so we can stop the auction. She started looking and she qualified me as the homeowner. The homeowner has a female name. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And it was like, oh, okay, yeah. So she just talking to me like, I'm like, dang, I forgot we in 2026. They don't know which side you're really on, with that stuff. So you can't have a deep voice and be a girl. But I was like, oh, man. So she put me through. Yeah, what happened? I said, yeah, we're back working now. So everything's good. But we got the property sold. So we got the information sent over to you. So she verified it, sent it over to her loss mitigation or whatever, even though it was sent there to begin with. I'm glad I called to make sure they forwarded it on through because the auction was set for this week, but it was canceled yesterday. So auction's canceled. Now we're going to do marketing and at the same time work on a loss mitigation or a loan modification on that property, which I don't think I want to modify anything. I think I want to do that partial claim and just get the arrears put on the back of the loan, keep that payment at $900 a month, take over the house and rent it for $1,500, $1,600 or more. Somebody might want to pay more. I ain't going to tell them not to. What you think about that, Jim?
I like that idea.
I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen?
I guess the worst thing that could happen is you couldn't find somebody and you have to bail on the contract. I guess that's the worst thing.
Yeah, because this is the other thing too. So since I've been doing these loan modifications and or partial claims, putting the arrears on the back of the loan, so I don't have to bring no $21,000 to it. I've noticed this is what I'm going to do on this particular deal because I did something different on others. So this one, I'm not going to close on it yet, or I'm not going to have them record it. I'm just going to do a separate lease document with the seller just to say it's lease with the right to sublease until we get that loan modification part squared away, and then go in and do the closing or close it and don't record it yet. Something to that effect. Because I found on 2 of the properties I did last year, they started looking up the deed and like, oh, I got to be in her name. And they didn't used to do this before, but now they're starting to look at more of this stuff. I guess the laws have been changing or they've been getting more focused on stuff. So I want to make sure it goes through pretty easy. What my guy, Mr. T.E. say, better learn how to modify them or do a short sale when they are behind a lot. That's right. Who bringing that money? They created this mess. I ain't created. Why would I be paying for that? I ain't lived there for 17 months like her. I ain't lived there for free.
I'm looking for someone to partner with me on short sales.
You don't have a person?
I don't yet.
I'll send you somebody.
Okay.
Pretty easy.
I have 2 people that I've tried, and both of them didn't work out.
Yeah, man, just had to change the tire.
Oh, no. Where the AAA man at?
Man.
He out here changing tires at night. He a gangster.
Man. Yeah, buddy. I kind of been a little bit off today. My grandma had passed away today, so I just kind of been, rocking and rolling with that. But other than that, as far as deals and stuff.
Uh-oh, he got knocked out. You fell off, Justin. Something happened there. Something had happened, Justin. Just had to get a tow yesterday. It be happening. It be all kind of stuff happening, man. It's called life. Condolences to the family, Justin, if you can hear us. That's all we heard is something about that, and then it kind of went off. It went off. So yeah, I guess Justin will come back on that. But these deals, we got a lot of deals under contract this week, Jim. We've been cooking. Matter of fact, I've made a little board here, a little mini board. We got all these deals.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 cash deals under contract, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creative deals that I'm gonna have to fill.
Wow.
2 of those are houses I'm getting back of mine. I got 2 tenant buyers coming out at the end of this month. Well, I'm sorry. I have one furnished rental coming out at the end of this month, and I have one tenant buyer relinquishing their property at the end of this month. She's been there 3 years.
Wow.
I'm going to be sad to see her go, as a matter of fact, because there was some good cash flow in that house. Hope it's not in too bad a condition so I can put it right back out and get the same money for it. That's
I might be in that situation next month.
Really? Start
Yeah.
marketing now.
I have one that's leased out right now on a
Mhm.
lease option, and they missed their rent payment a couple days ago.
Mhm.
And so I reached out to them to find out what's going on, and I didn't get a response. And then finally I got a response from the wife, and she said that the husband went to jail. And I was like, oh.
So what are they going to do? They're going to keep staying or paying or what?
Yeah, she said she's going to have it all caught up, that she just needed to rearrange some things, but she's definitely wanting to stay. And she said that whatever he's in jail for is a short thing, and they're going to get it figured out here real soon. Totally out of character for this guy.
Better pay them parking tickets. Better pay them speeding tickets.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, this so I installed a tenant buyer. What is this? March. I think I installed him in January. He made his first payment last week. And guess what he called and told me? He said his girlfriend left him. Can I get that money back that I just gave you? Man, that money gone, bro. That was $18.50. You think I'm finna give you that back? So I don't know if he gonna try to leave or move or what, but I just put him in the house, and I think they was basing it off of both of them paying or something. But you know, I wouldn't do that anyway with anybody. I wouldn't get in any property that I can't afford myself. But I think that's what he was basically trying to hint at, that hey, I don't have the money. But he got to the 28th of this month to pay the next time. But I don't know, he might not be good, or he might get back with her. And that's what I texted him back and said, are y'all getting back together? Because, you know, I don't want to say something bad and then they be like, oh, we're back together now. We're lovey-dovey. You know how relationships can go.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, that happened with the first house I bought as well. The house I bought, my first subject to, I bought back in 2018. That guy was there like 2 months, and then his wife left him. They get these big old houses, spend all this money. He dropped $20,000 to move into that house, and then the wife leave. Come on, man.
Oh, man.
So, hey, he been paying though every month for the last several years, but still, it's just like, that's crazy. You can't bank it on a relationship to pay your bill. You got to be able to pay your own bills, especially men. You know, women probably can get away with that, but dudes, I don't know. We ain't playing that. Don't be biting off more than you can chew, buying houses you can't afford, all of that. That's silly. Never be a silly man. Be smart. So that's the thing about real estate. You know, it's people. So he must be a comedian. Right. Thinking of getting that money back? Not happening. He's like, because he called me. I'm like, what are he calling me for? Like, he had paid the night before, and he called me the next day. Call. I'm like, I'm not answering that. What do you want? I text him back like, hey, what's up? She left. Hey, don't know what you're telling me that for. That's some personal problem. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just collecting payments and rolling this thing. So you got to remember, you know, real estate is easy. Dealing with the people is where the challenge comes in. Master people, and you'll make money. So we got that out the way. Let's see here. Like I said, we got a bunch of houses. I got a dispo here coming up here in the next 2 months. It's going to be busy. Springtime going to be busy. I'll have I got another cash deal that's like a turnkey rental, Jim. What do you think about those? You like turnkey? Well, I don't want to say rentals. It's a turnkey house because it may not be a rental. Somebody can live in this house. They don't need anything. I mean, do those kind of work in your market or not really? They like them to be needing a bunch of work.
No, I think it would work as a rental.
Yeah, I got it for a good deal. I mean, the house worth about 180 to 200, and so I'm thinking it's probably going to be a good cash deal for somebody. It don't need no work. Need maybe a clean out if that, but it ain't even that much stuff to clean out. It's like, you know, regular stuff. The guy been there since 2019 or 2018, something like that. So no pets, no kids, no nothing. It's just him. So the house doesn't really need anything.
Nice.
Those are the kind of deals we're looking for, ain't it?
Yep.
Okay.
I got through my marketing channels, which is my yard signs that you encouraged me to get. You got it. I put them out when I was doing my lease option house, and I kept all the numbers of people that came through the tour and all the people that interacted with me, and I kept in touch with those people. And somebody actually responded back a little while ago and told me that they still want a lease option, a house. They're still looking. Well, they hit me up again and said that now they're actually ready to do it.
I know that's right. As long as they got the money, we got the honey.
So I have somebody, their deal is they got $40,000 to put down. They want to buy a $250,000 at the maximum $250,000 house.
You're approved.
Yep. And it's a husband and wife. And so now I just have to find them a house.
How many bedrooms they need?
3-1 is okay. They prefer 3-2.
And what area they want to be? They know? Did they tell you?
Yeah, they told me that it doesn't matter in the city or in the county. It doesn't matter. The only thing that's a must is they would like to have a basement, and a garage is a must-have.
Yep, I'll be looking on their MLS and reaching out to them agents that's sitting on 60 days or more. I mean, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. Don't cost you no money. Take about an hour or two and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like my boys say, it's tax time. Get that money.
And they want to move in 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, you can get that deal right on the MLS, to be honest, or the pre-foreclosures, whichever one, as long as they like the house.
Now, that's the thing. And then I'm wondering is, how do I finance that?
The same way we finance all these deals, creative finance, taking over the payments.
Yep. Okay.
That's always the number one. The best financing I've ever found on any deal came from the seller. I've gotten them at 0% interest. I've gotten them at 2% interest. I've gotten them at 3 and 4% interest, all the way up to 5%.
So I need to become a professional at making the call that led this meeting up, because I need to be scanning the MLS for those 160, 90 days late, and then doing a we'll take over the payments kind of thing. We'll buy it for what's owed.
The hardest thing you're gonna run into is getting them to answer the phone. That's it with the agents. But once you get on the phone, have a good little, you do a couple of them, you'll start having how you enter your calls. Hey, yeah, just seeing if the house is still available. Yeah, that's still available. Great. I'm a cash buyer looking to buy investment property. You think this would be a good house for investors? Oh, this will be great for investors. Oh. You should just see how these people light up when I ask that. Just light up and be ready for it. Don't forget the ones listed for short sale. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's opportunities out here, and then keep working on foreclosures. There's always opportunities. It ain't even really just about the people with the 40,000. If you just get a good deal, I'll put it this way: you find a great deal and give somebody else a good deal, you'll be all right. That's all it takes. You find great deals and put people in good deals. Everybody wins. There's no way to lose. Now
Another thing that family told me that really makes it. I told them it really expands their possibilities. Is they're a handyman. The husband's a handyman, and they said that they're comfortable through conversation. I found out they're comfortable buying a house down to the studs. Like they can redo everything.
40,000 down. So here's where we go. You really serious now, Jim? I will go see who got some sub twos already under contract in your market. Somebody got a deal in your market right now that will work for what they're looking for.
Somebody that you know?
Somebody you know. Somebody that's wholesaling and selling properties out here creatively has the deal that you're looking for under contract right now.
Oh, okay. I just need to be reaching out to those people. Yeah.
That's it. 2 points.
I actually know who those people are.
Yes. So that's it.
Talking this through with you.
That's it. We're overthinking this stuff. Just make it very simple and easy on yourself. The main house I call for 2.8% interest rate, nothing like sub twos. That's right. Subject to, we're taking over the property subject to the existing financing, leaving the loan in place and transferring the deed over to our entity, our name, our whatever way we're going to hold the property. Very powerful strategy. You can buy many houses that way, and it has nothing to do with your credit score, has nothing to do with how much money you got saved in the bank, seasoning, points, all of that stuff that these people and these lenders hit you with. We avoid all of that. Appraisals. We don't do none of that stuff. No money up front, like to deal with that stuff. We might have to have an entry fee, but if you're working with somebody else's money, you can structure a deal with a $10,000, $15,000 entry fee, and they got 40. You just made $35K, man, or $25K, man, $25,000 cash in your pocket, all for quarterbacking a deal that you didn't even have to worry about. That's the power of real estate, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I like.
So I have another question, if I may, on
sure.
that type of transaction. the party told me one of the things they don't want to do is they don't like lease options,
That's fine.
because they said they would rather do owner financing because they've already owner financed a property in the past. They have a piece of raw land that they're owner financing, and they said that that worked out really, really well for them, and they liked it, and they love owner financing. So what I'm wondering is would that be a wrap? Is what I'm talking about then?
You'd be exiting on a wraparound mortgage to them, or wraparound deed of trust, depending on what your market has. So yes.
So I'm getting the mortgage at say 2, 3, 4%, and then I'm going to turn around and put it back to them at like 9 or 10% because I'm on owner financing type thing.
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. That's it. So yep, we do them, but the interest is kind of high. I mean, do you care about that? All right, well, we can find you something if we don't have it. Too bad they don't want to be in St. Louis. I told you I got all these deals on the board here. We got to work this week.
Well, they told me it didn't have to be in town.
Matter of fact, we got a deal closing on Tuesday. I forgot about this deal. That's supposed to be closing. Oh, I got a house. I might have to. And I'm gonna ask you about this, Jim, because I'm gonna see what you would do. What would you do in this real estate transaction? So, about a month ago, I'm reaching out, doing the foreclosure reach out stuff. Right, I find a man who is connected to the house that I'm reaching to, the brother or whatever, right? He says, oh no, you need to reach out to his daughter. I'll get you her number. He gives me the number to the daughter. I reach out to her. The dad is deceased, the owner is deceased. They found him dead in the middle of the floor of the house, but that's a whole nother story. So his body has been decomposing into the floor of the house. So I got the property under contract, right? About a month ago. She's now gotten her, what do they call it? Letters of administration. So they're doing the probate. She has letters now, so she can sell the property now. This time been going on. I'm under contract, right? I'm texting her, calling her. I called her back this weekend. She said, hey, the house sold today. I'm like, I thought you were selling the house to me. She didn't say nothing back. Now, in this situation, Jim, would you put a memorandum on the property?
It's too late, isn't it?
Why would it be too late?
Because I'm thinking that the memorandum is there to record so that they cannot sell. But once it's already been sold, then it's already been recorded. And
oh, she just got somebody under contract. It hasn't been sold. It was under contract yesterday. She just texted me back out of nowhere, like, oh yeah, the house was sold today. I'm like, how would you sell a house, but you were selling it to me? She didn't respond back. I'm not going to argue with her, try to fight her, try to get all mad or nothing like that. We're just going to go place that memorandum of contract to let them know that we have this house under contract and they got to come see me to uncloud that title. Would you do something like that or no?
Yes.
They owe you something? Well, I have it under contract. I'm the buyer. How are they going to
They owe you the house.
Yeah,
That's what the
we're under
contract says. Or they owe you for the breach of the contract, whatever the losses are that you sustained from the breach of the contract.
Yeah, I got this house under contract for $170,000. It's worth about $300,000. So, I mean, it's definitely a deal. But it was a probate. And I stopped her auction. I forgot to mention that part. I stopped her auction back a month ago. So the auction's been stopped. Probate stuff had time to get through. So now she has her letter so she can actually sign off to sell the house. Now here's the little kicker. Her attorney for the probate was saying, oh, no, you didn't have letters yet until she didn't have the letters to be able to sign that contract until after that time. So she signed the contract before she had the letters. And that's what her attorney told her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're going to have to fight that on themselves, right?
Yeah, I would think.
Who knows when it was recorded? All I know is I put on her to the estate of blank, blank, blank. This is the administrator or whatever it is of the thing on the paperwork. So I got her name, got her dad's name or the estate of. Everything's legit on my end. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to put a memorandum on somebody. I didn't really want to have to do this, but it's just business. Or should I just let it go and let her sell it to somebody else?
So can you do you need their signature for memorandum or no?
It's already in the contract.
What do you mean?
It's already in the contract.
So you already got her to sign the memorandum. It's just you just need to file it.
Well, the contract states that we can't put a memorandum on the property. Let me see. I'll get you the proper verbiage. because this is a good learning experience for y'all. Paperwork makes the paperwork. I know you like paperwork, right? Let's see what we got here. Let me see if I can get you up on the screen where you can see what I'm talking about.
I might need to do this on one of the ones I'm working on. This is good. It's coming up. This is a lifetime thing for me too.
Yeah, I try to be nice, but you know, these people playing games, man. Let me see here. This is under, let's see, no, cure and attorney's fees, notices, miscellaneous, assignment, memorandum right here, 12.6. In the contract, memorandum of contract. Seller agrees that buyer may execute, acknowledge, and record a memorandum or affidavit of this contract in the official records of the county recorder or the recorder of the county in which the property is located. Seller's signature on any affidavit or memorandum is not required for the recording of the same. So that line right there in my contract, I can record the memorandum. It's already in the original contract. So what we got to go back and get her to sign?
Nothing. Now, does that contract have an expiration date?
Sure. In some ways, it has a closing date. It's March 30th.
But if it doesn't close, then what?
Doesn't matter. We have a memorandum of contract.
Okay.
We're going to file that. I'm going to pay the little $20 or $30 to file that. Let me see what they're saying here. I do them every deal here in Milwaukee. Matter of fact, the seller or the lady that I'm talking about, she's in Milwaukee, but the house is in St. Louis. How about that, D. Howard? She's in Milwaukee, and this house is in St. Louis where her dad died at. Saved you $40K before. Damn. So I got this property under contract, like I said, and I guess I'm going to have to go ahead and file this memorandum. I don't want to do this, but it's just business. And she didn't respond back. I'm like, I thought you sold the house to me. How could you go be marketing it and selling it to somebody else when you sold it to me already? Unless she don't think like I said, her attorney told her that this contract isn't good because she didn't have letters yet. But, you know, that's something you're going to have to fight and deal with on the back end because I'm not going to, you know, give them an out. But, you know, who knows? She is the personal representative, correct? Yes. She signed this contract, correct? Yes. Oh, but it's a technicality. It wasn't signed before the thing. Well, we're going to have to fight that in court. If we go that far, I'm not going that far. They're going to probably just pay me out and not want to go through all that. Not saying I want to go to court because I'm probably not, but I'm just saying in the event, we have to go through a bunch of craziness. The problem is on them, not on me. Let's put it like that. This is not my issue. Any questions around that?
Nope. I'll be filing a memorandum.
Even says here I can put that property on the MLS. Come on, man. Paperwork make the paperwork. So futurecashflowclub.com. Get your paperwork right. That's what everything come down to. Real estate breathes through paperwork. Regardless of what we're saying on the phone, regardless of what we're saying belly to belly with a seller, what does the paperwork say? I always want to know, what does the document say? She signed off on it, initialed every page. It's ready to go. It's turned in the title. I'm going to go make sure I drop off my earnest money deposit. It's only $100, by the way. $100 EMD. And if they charge $20, $30 for the filing fee or whatever, I'll just pay that $130 out of pocket, and it'll just sit on there. As soon as they try to go close it, they're going to say, oh, wow, this title is clouded. We can't close. Who is this? Who's this guy that got it under contract? What you mean? Oh, no, reach out to him. Let's go. Reach out. I need $10,000. How much do I want to charge him? That's the question. Should I be saying a number, or should I say, what are you willing to pay for me to release it? That'd be kind of mean, wouldn't it? But, you know, like I said, this is a deal. This is a deal. This ain't like, oh, just under contract and, you know, it ain't really a deal. This is actually a deal. The house worth almost $300,000, like $290 something. And I got it under contract for $170, which is the loan balance. Loan balance was $171. So I actually got it under contract $1,000 less than what was owed on it because the bank even sent me a payoff. So I'm like, I've been working this pile for you to go and try to sell it to somebody else without even, you know, at least reaching out to say something like, damn, what you mean you sold it today? Okay, we'll just play the game. So you would do the same, huh, Jim?
Yes, sir.
Or should I just be nice and say, nah, they didn't mean it. It's her dad died. It's already hard enough on him. Is that how I should do it?
No.
Just be cutthroat, huh?
It's business.
All right, so that's what we got there. So I turn that in, and I'll be making sure that whatever else needs to be done tomorrow, I'm gonna have to go to the title company, make sure they do what they need to do because I want to get that recorded ASAP. no delay, because they can do electronic recording and do it right there. And so I'm gonna go by the title company tomorrow, get that squared away, drop off my EMD, and we gonna be what it be. We got a binding contract, EMD dropped off, memorandum recorded. Now what y'all want to do? Play games if you want to, man. Now, last but not least, on the signs. You ready for a good sign story, Jim?
Yeah.
All right. So you're talking about these signs out. I got signs that say sell your house for full price, but I got signs out to say rent to own, right? So rent to own, no banks needed, all that. Somebody reached out to me this week, I think Tuesday or Wednesday, and said, hey, yeah, I know you got a rent to own, but I'm looking for a place for my sister. She needs a house over here. She was, she got an insurance claim. And I said, insurance claim. What do you mean? Because usually I'm like, no, I don't do traditional rentals at all. No. And this house is empty, by the way, has no furniture or anything in it. 4-bedroom, beautiful house. And so I started asking questions. What's going on? Insurance going to pay for it? Come to find out, State Farm is going to be paying the insurance payment or the monthly payment for her because she had a house fire up to $70,000 or something like that in rental fees because she was staying in a hotel. Guess how much I'm getting for rent on this property, Jim?
1,000?
How much?
3,000? 4,000?
4250. 4250.
Wow.
On an unfurnished house. Now, this is something I just learned. Remember, I'm always doing these furnished rentals, but I didn't know insurance would pay on an unfurnished house. Did you believe that? So it's a couple of things I learned with this situation. One, State Farm was direct. The person that they were putting in housing and hotels and stuff reached out to us. They usually pay a third-party company in between to do that. Who got that third-party money in between?
You
I
did.
didn't get it. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't get it. But I did get her to do $42.50 a month. She already paid. She's already in the house. They taking it as is. I wrote up the lease. So it's a traditional lease. I put in there any repairs over $500 we'll take care of, but anything below $500, don't call me. Fix it yourself. Handyman stuff, don't call me for that stuff because I don't want to be dealing with it. But she's getting insurance money anyway. They pay for everything. $42.50 a month on the house. That rent, market rent, is like $2,000 a month. So I'm getting double the rent, and I didn't furnish it or anything. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Wow, that's the same thing I said. I said I gotta really get deep into the weeds on this insurance stuff because they pay that money, man, and they probably would have paid more.
They came through a sign, you said?
Through my sign, my rent to own signs in the neighborhood. They said, yeah, my sister need a house over here. Would you just rent this? And I'm like, rent it? She got an insurance claim. And I said, oh, insurance claim. Tell me more. I didn't want to just this because I usually just disqualify them people because I know they, regular people on the street want, I can pay $1,500, $2,000 a month. Man, I'm trying to bust heads, $42.50. So she's there on a 6-month lease. And yeah, I like that. So don't let me find out that insurance will pay for those houses that are not furnished. I did not know that.
No, I didn't know that either. I thought they had to be furnished for that.
Yep. You don't know what you don't know. And you don't know what you don't know, you don't know. So that's plug and play. So yeah, that was right with State Farm. Matter of fact, I want to reach out to them and see how do we get on your list? Like if you get any other properties needed in the area in St. Louis or anywhere really for that matter, we'll get the fee. I don't know what the fee is because there's companies out here that does that place families, and they can be anywhere. They don't go out and do anything. They work on the computer, kind of like this. They working from home, making all the money, and they might be getting $3, $4, $5, who knows, $10,000 for placing a family. I don't know what they pay. Don't care. It's several $1,000s. There's nothing happening. You say they will, and they have different programs. Oh, so you've seen this before already, where they actually will pay rent on a long as the tenant likes the house, they'll pay for it. Because that's exactly what they did. And she paid me cash, Jim, cash.
Wow.
No paper trail. So to put it in your fireproof safe. So that's what we got as far as that. So this is a house that I had out looking for a tenant buyer, and I netted a renter that's paying over double the market rent.
Wow.
As is, didn't do anything to it. And I ain't even clean it out. Now I did give her a credit because she was like, oh, can you get the house cleaned? I was like, we really kind of do these as is. She said, well, I can have my little cousin them do it. I mean, are you able to do like a credit or something like that? I'm like, well, what did you have in mind? Remember, we always ask questions. Don't say numbers first. We ask. She said, oh, I'm just thinking like $200. I'm like, so shoot, took $200 off her thing and they deal with it as is. I ain't worried about it. They dropped all that money, several $1,000s to do it. So on different webinars, but they don't have details. Yeah. So, okay. For the companies that do that. Yeah. So that's the thing with this stuff. You know, I like to ask questions. Don't lead the witness. Don't try to sit up and assume anything. We don't know what people are willing to do. I think they could have paid more than that for real. She could have paid more than that. Because I was only thinking, 2,500, maybe 2,000, you know, I might get 3,000 if it was furnished. No, how about get 4,250 and it ain't furnished? Come on with it, man. These people out of control with it. So that's the game. What they do that we play. So that's what we got. So I'm going to open it up now to see if there's any comments, questions, concerns. Any questions on any stuff we talked about here today? We talked about some contract signed. We talked about the auction stop and the memo filed on that one property or being filed tomorrow. We talked about that call review, that excellent call you did, Jim. Keep up the good work. You're going to net some deals. You're going to say, man, I should have been doing this 5 years ago, 10 years ago. That's all you're going to say. We did the house over there in Florissant that I had out on a rent to own that ended up getting a real regular old insurance person to pay for it. That's crazy work. Any questions, comments, concerns? Other than that, what else we got here? What did you learn today, Jim?
Oh boy, I've learned a bunch. So I learned that I got to open my call by introducing myself as a buyer that is buying houses in the area, and I need to get them to want to sell me a property.
That's right. That's right. Matter of fact, what does that sound?
Hello.
Hey, this Jim?
This is Jim.
Yeah, I'm a real estate agent with Caldwell Gundaker Bunbaker. I see you left a message asking about one of our houses that's listed.
Yes, I'm actually an investor in the area, and I'm looking to pick up some properties in that neighborhood.
Oh, great. Okay, yeah, that house you asked about is available.
Oh.
I mean, you're working with an agent or anything, or what?
No, I'm just a investor looking to buy off the market or looking to buy on market. So saw your house come up on the MLS, and it piqued my interest. So what do you got?
Yeah, it's still available. You see everything on the listing, right?
I do. What can you tell me about the house?
It looks just like there. It's a pretty good house. There's tenants in there. They're renting it out, and it's it's just a nice house. I mean, it'd be perfect for an investor like you.
That's what I was wondering. Is I'm an investor, and I was wondering if it would be a property that would cash flow for me.
Oh, probably. I'm not sure. Did you want to see it or something, or where do you want to go with this?
Uh-oh.
You ain't got no questions, Jim?
I'm thinking.
Give me some questions. You're running out of questions.
I got to get questions. How soon are they looking to? Well, they're looking to sell right away.
We don't know that.
How soon are they looking to sell?
She needs to have that property sold before next month ends, before the end of April.
Wow, that's quick. That's quick. And are they moving out of town?
No, it's tenant occupied.
What's the reason that the owner's trying to get rid of a cash flowing property?
I'm not at liberty to disclose that at this time. But I mean, are you using financing to buy, or what are you doing? How are you going to be buying this house?
I usually buy them outright. Cash offers is my preferred method.
Okay. Well, we see it's listed for $300,000. So I mean, if you got $300,000 cash, it can be yours.
Is the price negotiable?
I always tell people just, submit your offer. I don't really want to say or not, what's negotiable or not. I'm pretty sure, if you make a reasonable offer, I don't see why it wouldn't be accepted.
I need more questions. I got to get my question bank.
All right, Jim, what do people like to talk about the most?
Themselves.
So why you ain't asking something about itself?
Good point. Very good point.
Great. You're a real estate agent. I mean, do you normally work with investors? It's just a simple question. Oh, yeah, I work with investors all the time. Oh, that's good because we're looking for somebody to, like I said earlier, add to our team to help us, find new deals to buy, things like that, and we can make, plenty of deals together. How long you been an agent for? And then they go start telling, oh, I had my license since the crash of 2008 and telling you stories and stuff. You got to have some kind of question. All those long pauses in between is going to make it kind of an awkward thing. So we don't want to be awkward. We want to be on it. I'm not saying we have to beat them up like about a lot of serious stuff. Good open questions are good. What's going on with the house? I see it's been listed for a few days. I mean, why do you think it hasn't sold yet?
That's what I need that's what I'm listening to, because I need that bank of questions to get me started into a conversation, because I think I do all right once I get into a conversation, but I'm finding it very difficult to get that kicked off. And I think that's where maybe if I have a script that I follow just to get started, or at least something to work with, that would help me out, I think, so I don't lock up in my brain.
Yeah, don't overthink this stuff. We ask about the house, we ask about them. What's the situation? What you got going on there? Let it be open and see what they're talking about. You never know. Let me see here. Okay. So yeah, that's what I would do with that. For sure. Get you some basic things out the way. One, yes, I'm a buyer. I'm looking to buy. And they always going to ask that, are you working with an agent? Why are they asking, are you working with an agent?
Because they're wanting to know if they're giving up half their commission, probably.
Exactly. They want to know how they getting paid, how the money going, where the money flow, baby. So I try to put that into my spiel somewhere. We've worked with agents in the past, and what we normally do is we just pay your commission and we buy the house and make it real easy. I mean, you think that would help your clients out in this situation? But I'm really still asking, especially on this stuff. You thinking about calling 60, 90 days? Why do you think the property hasn't sold yet? I really want to understand that, because that's a challenge there. 60, 90, 120 days, it hasn't sold. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Why haven't this property sold yet?
I'm writing it down.
It's very important. Very important, good question there. And let them tell you the story for the glory. Without that, it won't make any sense. So, any other questions before we land, Mr. Jim? We're about to roll up out of here and go eat some salmon bites. Come on now. It's healthy time. Salmon. Is it salmon or salmon?
Salmon.
Salmon. We gotta go eat some salmon bites and some rice and some stuff, some good healthy food. Any other questions before we go, Jim?
I'm good. Nothing here.
Okay. Well, we'll be back next week. I think I got a case study I'll have, actually, because something will be closing up or something. We got a lot of stuff going on here. Let's see here. What do we got? How long is the wait to receive the funds for an insurance claim? She got it the next day. So with that particular deal, I had her get me in contact with the person, because I wanted to ask questions. Like, I don't want to assume, I work with this other company and they did this. I want to know, how do you work? They said, yeah, we work like this. And he told me, we work, once we get a lease, we can get it back and funded the next day. And that's exactly what he did. I talked to him, got him that lease over on Thursday. She got funded on Friday and took over the property. She's been in there for 2 days now. So she's moved. I don't think she's moved in, because the house didn't have any furniture, but they gave her money for furniture. But that's a whole nother thing. She's actually going to be buying some furniture from my furniture store, supposedly, but we'll see how that goes. What was the other pillar? Timeline, condition, motivation, and price. Condition, general condition of the property. So, and that's a question for the agents as well. I mean, I see these pictures. They don't look too bad of a house. Is there any kind of repairs that I may need to be aware of before I buy this house? Do you have any other properties that would be good for investment properties? These are questions for agents. These are questions. And then tell them what you do. We specialize in helping people that are facing foreclosure. We help in probate situations, all the stuff that most people run away from. That's where our specialty lies. Do you have anything that's like that? Difficult to sell, a lot of moving parts that people are running away from. I'm your Huckleberry. Bring it on. We'll figure it out. Oh, thanks for that. Thanks. So that's the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Ask questions, be curious, and assume nothing. Even if you know the answer, you can be looking at it. You can say 3 bedroom, 2 bath. How many bedrooms in this house? Make a master. Okay, 3. Okay. Oh, 4. Oh, wow. It's one in the basement. Also, there's a walkout basement, or it's an egress window. All of the other little stuff, whatever. I don't really care. My thing is to be planning good questions, building rapport, making them want to do a deal with me. Not just one deal with the agent per se. I want an agent bringing me deals. I want them to think of me. When you think of foreclosure, think of Chris. When you think of probates and problems, think of Chris. When you think of disgruntled landlords, think of Chris. When you think of vacant properties that have been sitting and ain't selling on the MLS for multiple months in a row and nobody want to buy it, think of Chris. When you're thinking about a house that ain't got no equity, or they're open to taking payments and then people take over payments, think of Chris. I want them thinking of me. You got to plant that seed, though. You got to let them know that you are the come-to guy. I'm the go-to guy. I'm your Huckleberry. All right.
Awesome.
So hopefully you got something good out of this one. We will catch you on the next one. Do what you do. Be who you be. And I'll see you, Jim, before you see me.
So I want to get into real estate, but don't know where to start.
Well, what I would say is to join the Future Cash Flow Club. It's a community of investors where we talk about wholesaling, we talk about creative deal structuring, buying houses subject to, all of the creative stuff that everybody's talking about. You don't need a real estate license or any of that.
Wow, where do I sign up?
Well, I would say go to futurecashflowclub.com. That's futurecashflowclub.com. You can even get a free trial. Try it out today. So yes, I basically just wanted to remind everybody exactly how the Future Cash Flow Club works, because I've been getting a lot of messages like, what is that about? How does it work? It's basically a group. So you see how I do these live seller calls, things like that. You get to get all the replays for all of those. You actually can get the paperwork, purchase agreements, assignment agreements, cancellation agreements, addendums, all of that stuff that you need if you sign up for the elite package at futurecashflowclub.com. Or if easier, it's probably you can just go check it out for a free trial. Lots of goodies in there, behind the scenes stuff, actual help with your deals. If you want to communicate, say, hey, I'm stuck on a deal, I need some help, I'm looking for lenders, I'm looking for whatever, I'm a resource for you. So all you have to do is be part of the club. futurecashflowclub.com. Check it out. I don't know what you've been doing. You've been asleep? Let me wake you up with something. Straight up. Yeah. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm Chris Monroe. R to the O-E. I flip houses, rent cars, and make money. You know I'm not no motherfucker dummy. This how we do.